Hello and welcome once again to Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tonight from Ventura College, it's the home opener for the Pirates as they host the Orange Coast College Pirates. We'll step aside very quickly, rejoin you for the kickoff here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And we welcome you back to the VC Sports Flex for the game tonight between Orange Coast College and Ventura. Pirates and Pirates here in Week 3 as Ventura opens their home schedule after starting with back-to-back games on the road. Of course, for those that have been following Ventura this season, started out auspiciously enough for Ventura with a emphatic 44-6 victory over Santa Barbara City College on the road in week 1, and that was certainly an outstanding beginning for Ventura after they had struggled somewhat with Santa Barbara in week 1 last year. But they took to the road with a much sterner challenge in week 2, traveling to Mount San Antonio College, and there the Pirates ran into a buzzsaw somewhat of their own making as they turned it over 6 times, fell behind 27-0 before eventually falling 55-29. There was a brief moment of light in the third quarter. It looked like Ventura might make a feverish comeback, but they ended up falling short to the Mounties going down in week 2. So they emerge here in week 3 to start the home schedule with a record of 1-1. Meanwhile, Orange Coast College has started the season with back-to-back losses. Of course, right here on SoCal College Sports, you saw them lose to East Los Angeles College on the road to start the season. They followed that up with the opening at home, taking on College of the Canyons. There they fell to Canyons by 16 points in week 2. A fumble on the opening kick and a scrum for the ball. No signals yet. It looks preliminarily like Orange Coast got it back, and they did. So a brief scare for Orange Coast. And they will set to work at the 25-yard line. They'll work behind quarterback Pete Mitchell. Mitchell, a dual threat to be sure, with over 300 yards over the first 2 weeks, but also over 100 yards on the ground, so 116 yards rushing for Williams. He'll be flanked by Nico Jackson, the lead back. Jackson comes in with 165 yards combined over the first 2 weeks for Orange Coast. But the Pirates here, I should say Orange Coast, I'm going to have to go with first names here tonight, with both teams being the Pirates. Jackson over his left guard pushes the pile out past the 30. They'll spot it at the 30, but a 5-yard run for Nico Jackson sets up a 2nd down and 5. The primary receiver to keep an eye out, James Rutledge, split out wide to the right. He's the leading receiver for Orange Coast on the season. Gunnar Perales on the field along with Bailey Wolf, as Orange Coast comes out in a 3-wide receiver set. Jackson the lone setback. Mitchell has the snap. Play action out in the flat. Wolf looking for a little hole, finds a little lane, and he's out near the first down marker, and we have our first flag of the night. It came in very late. Wolf was working behind a block, it looked like, from Rutledge. Ventura in the first 2 weeks has piled up quite a few penalties, though more of those came in the week 1 victory. So certainly that can't be looked on as quite as much of a negative, as they still emerged with a 38-point win. But the first penalty tonight belongs to Orange Coast. It'll back them all the way back up to the 24. And it will be 2nd down and 11 as it erases the first down catch from Wolf. So Mitchell looks over the defense on 2nd and 11. Has the snap, whistles come in. And this is going to be a false start. Orange Coast going to back up 5 more yards. Well, obviously this is a big game for Orange Coast, coming in at 0-2. Coach Kevin Emerson and his Pirates certainly don't want to be staring down an 0-3 start if they can possibly avoid it, but it's a huge game for Ventura as well if you take a look at the schedule. They're 1-1. They have the game here tonight. On paper, I think this is a game that's very winnable for Ventura. But the next 2 weeks, they travel to Riverside, then come back home to take on Saddleback. So that's about as tough a 2-week stretch as you can get in the SCFA. So the Pirates would certainly like to go about that on a winning streak if they can. Mitchell with time, dumps it in the flat. Wolf has the catch out near the first, I should say the original line of scrimmage at the 25, where he is brought down, and a 3rd down and 10 upcoming for Orange Coast. Mitchell brings him to the line. Wolf moves over in the left slot on this 3rd and 10 play. Ventura showing blitz. Now they start to back off. Mitchell still looking to the sidelines, down to 6 on the play clock. Mitchell has the snap. Here comes the blitz. Mitchell flushed from the pocket, rolling right, throws back. He was looking for his tight end, Demeslier, and unable to make the catch as Rexford Demeslier. And that'll bring up 4th down and bring on the punting unit. So Ventura College Pirates with a solid first drive defensively. And Pacheco, who already has a punt return for a touchdown on the season, will set up at his 34-yard line and await the punt from Bartolich. Stephen Bartolich back in punt formation. Good snap. Kick is away. Short kick. Pacheco will let it bounce. It takes an Orange Coast bounce. And out of bounds inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 33. 42-yard punt. No return. And Ventura will have their first offensive possession of the evening. And we'll see if it's going to be Ricky Town or Jake Constantine at the helm. We'll see both of them tonight. And it looks like Ricky Town. Well, Town has gotten the start. Well, he got the start in week 1. We did not have the coverage in week 2. I confess I didn't watch. But Town has been getting the start so far, but we'll certainly see Constantine. Quick throw, the completion to Flowers. He is quickly swarmed under. Modest pickup on the play of about 3 yards. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Town comes in having completed 16 of 27 over the first 2 weeks for 145 yards. No touchdowns. Does have 1 interception, but that was on, I believe, his first or second throw of the season. So he's on a non-interception streak. Duckett circling to his right, nowhere to go, and he is dragged down. Wrapped up by Mason Matafa. And Matafa not fooled on that play, and Duckett couldn't get around him. Duckett did well to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Town with a quick look to the sidelines. He's got the play. Town, straight drop, has time. Back shoulder throw, and it's incomplete. Gaspar Atencio had the coverage on Tony Daggett. So the teams trade 3 and outs on their opening possessions. 2nd year in a row that these two teams have met. Last year in an early season meeting, Ventura raced out to a double-digit lead. Orange Coast closed the gap by halftime, but Ventura played an outstanding second half, pulling away for the victory. Early on in the season last year, it was a strong effort from Ventura on the road. Big hit on Wojciechowski, but he manages to hold on. So a nice job by Daquan Wojciechowski. Nothing on the return, but he kept the football. So Orange Coast gets it back very quickly. They'll have good field position at their own 37-yard line. So Pete Mitchell and company will get their 2nd effort offensively here tonight. Don't expect to see a lot of changes for Orange Coast. Nico Jackson will see the great majority of the carries in the backfield. And this is Jackson sweeping to the near side. Cuts it upfield. He's out past the 40. Stood up at the 42, but it's a 5-yard gain on 1st down. Meanwhile, Christian Pryor is checked into the game at the receiver spot as Kevin Emerson goes to 4 wide receivers on drive number 2. So they'll go a little bit smaller. 2nd down and 5, receivers left and right for Mitchell. Has the snap. Quarterback keeper in a good hole for Mitchell. He's got the 1st down and more. Into Ventura territory, down to the 45. That's a nice play there. The fake to Jackson on the sweep to the far side. Almost like a little trap. And instead, it's Mitchell on the keeper, just slightly back to his left through a nice lane. And 1st down yardage. First down tonight for either team. Just underway. Ventura College football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mitchell pop flies the near side, incomplete, and the flag comes in prior the intended target. And it looked like he might have gotten a step on Henry. We'll see if maybe this is Henry reaching out and grabbing a little jersey. But let's wait and see what the call is. The officials will huddle up, and here's the call. And indeed, it is Henry. Defensive holding. And that'll cost Ventura 10 yards, and it'll give Orange Coast another first down at the Ventura 35-yard line. Henry left out on an island on that last play as well, as Ventura dialed up the blitz and Mitchell able to get it out quickly. 4 wide receivers again on 1st and 10. Jackson, straight ahead, lowers the shoulder, second effort, and he is hit hard after a gain of a couple. Now Jackson stayed on his feet, and he was punished for it. Gerald Taylor lowering the boom after a pickup of a couple. 2nd down and 8 for Orange Coast at the Ventura 33. Dual setbacks as Demeslier returns in the backfield. Play action. Mitchell rolling right, dumps it short. It's Demeslier with the reception, and he is cut down after a gain of about 3. Big hit in the secondary on Rexford Demeslier. 3rd down and 5 coming up for Orange Coast. On the season, Orange Coast has been pretty good on 3rd down, 39% through 2 weeks. This is a big one here because they are outside field goal range at this point. Short drop, and the catch made over the middle. 1st down, Orange Coast inside the 20. See if he was looking for Rutledge on that play now. And that was Gunnar Perales with the reception. So Orange Coast going to pick up the pace. They're quickly to the line. They have it in the red zone, 1st and 10. Mitchell gives to Jackson. Over his left guard, falls forward to the 15. 3-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 7. This drive started back at the Orange Coast 37. They have it down to the Ventura 15. Mitchell working the no huddle. Dumps it in the flat. Wolf with the reception, dragged down after a gain of 4. Pacheco on the stop. Another big 3rd down. This a 3rd down and a long 2 from the 6. And Orange Coast again going to work quickly. Ventura scrambling a little bit defensively. Mitchell surveys. Has the snap. Short drop. Looking right. Fans it out and he overthrows it. He was looking for Bailey Wolf again. Wolf had one-on-one coverage, but a little too much air under the throw. And that will bring up 4th down. I believe I misspoke earlier. The ball is at the 11, so this will be a 28-yard attempt for Corey Lewis, who's 1 for 2 on the season. Lewis stares this one down from the left hash. Orange Coast trying to take the early lead. We're midway through the 1st quarter. Snap, placement down. Long enough. And good. Lewis puts it through from 28 yards out, and Orange Coast draws first blood. 8:14 remaining in the opening quarter. 3-0. Orange Coast on top of Ventura on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Lewis tees it up. Orange Coast takes the early 3-0 lead. High kick from Lewis through the back of the end zone, so good leg. And Ventura will go to work from their 25-yard line. It was a quick 3-and-out for Ventura on their first possession. So Ricky Town and company return. They'll go to work from the 25, receivers left and right. Town looking left, screens it out, catch is made. First down yardage and a little bit more. Looked like Kendrick Mallory on the reception on the far side. Let's correct that on the far side. Kezio Snelling with the reception. Mallory split out wide to the near side. Ventura will split out 3 wide receivers to the right and leave Snelling solo up top, 1st and 10 from the 38. Another screen. This is Daggett. Daggett to the 45, tries to split a couple of tacklers. He's brought down near midfield. Forward momentum will take him to the 49-yard line, so back-to-back first downs for Ventura on a couple of throws from Ricky Town. They have it at their own 49, 1st and 10. Trying to answer back after the short field goal from Orange Coast. Duckett the lone setback. They're crowding the line. This is Duckett sweeping to the right. Check that. It's Tyrese Golar who has checked into the game. Golar lowering the shoulder into Orange Coast territory all the way down. Well, they give him quite a spot down to the 42. So that's a gain of 9 yards. Brings up a very advantageous situation for Ventura offensively with a 2nd down and 1. Golar, for his part, is averaging over 10 yards a carry over the first 2 weeks. They'll go back to Golar, and he is swallowed up behind the line. Matafa again. Little help from Victor Solarin as well. A yard loss on the play for Golar. Good news, bad news for Ventura on the ground. They've been running the ball very well. Duckett, in fact, leads the Northern Conference in rushing yards over the first 2 weeks. But he's also fumbled a couple of times. So Golar perhaps going to get more of a look today. They screen it out to Golar. Hit hard. He's not going to make the first down marker. Nice job moving up Gaspar Atencio. And Atencio is one-on-one with Golar for the moment. And he takes him down, a loss of a yard on the play. So Ventura goes from 2nd and 1 to the punting unit. Back-to-back 1-yard losses and an opportunity lost for Ventura. Steve Sanchez on to punt. Wojciechowski waiting to return this one inside his 20-yard line. He's going to let this one bounce. It takes a good bounce for Ventura. Out of bounds at the 5. Great job by Sanchez. 39 yards, but more importantly, pins Orange Coast back at their own 5-yard line. 6:09 remaining here in the first period. So Mitchell and company will work from the shadow of their own goalpost. Nursing a 3-0 lead. Perales, Wolf, and Rutledge, the wide receivers on 1st and 10. Mitchell has the snap. Keeper again, and Mitchell with good running room again, out past the 10, out to the 12. That's a 7-yard gain. Similar to the play they ran on the last drive where Mitchell gained good yardage. They fake Jackson on the sweep, and instead Mitchell works back to his left through a good hole. Jackson off tackle on the left side, evades one tackler. He's got the first down and more. He's out to the 30, forced out of bounds at the 32-yard line. flags on the play. Let's see if this is a holding call and it's going to come back. It's a 20-yard gain, but likely heading back the other way. Art has already weighed in, and he's seldom wrong in these situations. Yeah, it's a hold. So Orange Coast, their third penalty here early, and that's a costly one. Instead of a 20-yard gain for Jackson, it's going to be half the distance back to the 6. And what was second and a short 3, well, actually what was first and 10 out past the 30, instead moves back to second and 8, and Orange Coast is back to their own 7-yard line again. Mitchell with a straight drop, and he just flicks this one into the ground. Interesting, he didn't appear to be under a lot of pressure. I don't know if there was a whistle before the snap. Well, that was an odd play. But there's no flag, so it's a 3rd down and 8. For Orange Coast from the 7-yard line, and an opportunity here for Ventura to get off the field and maintain outstanding field position. Mitchell going to take a little time. Play clock down to 7. But Orange Coast has been under 10 seconds on the play clock quite a bit. Mitchell, good pocket. Now it starts to collapse, and he's brought down near the line of scrimmage. Well, there's a coverage sack for you to be sure. Turnier ends up with the sack. It was good protection initially, but nowhere to go for Mitchell with the football. And eventually it collapsed. And the Pirates force the 3 and out. 4th down and 7. Bartolich will kick from his end zone. Short kick again on the near side, out of bounds. Ventura is going to have the ball inside the Orange Coast 40. Great opportunity here to even it up or better if you're a Ventura fan. Still haven't seen where they're spotting this one. Well, I misread. I thought that was inside the 40, but obviously it's a little bit of a tough angle, so that was a better kick from Bartolich than I initially gave him credit for. It's a 38-yard kick. And Ventura will still take over with excellent field position at the Orange Coast 45. First and 10. Motion. And the give. Off tackle on the right side. Down to about the 40-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain. Golar for the second consecutive series in the backfield with Ricky Town. 2nd down and 5. Quick throw over the middle. Terrific leaping catch for a 1st down. Down to the 36 of Orange Coast. Jared Thompson, the tight end, with the reception, and Thompson over the middle stretches out for that ball. It's a gutsy play. Gil Scott Jackson checking into the game. Didn't see Jackson in week 1. Sent in motion, and they'll screen it out to Jackson. Jackson looking for a lane on the far side, out of bounds inside the 25. Down to the 24, 7-yard gain on 1st and 10. Moving along, under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Triple header on SoCal College Sports tonight, so not just this one for you. We got Antelope Valley at East Los Angeles College. We got College of the Canyons in action, taking on Fullerton. So all over the SCFA. Jackson on the carry. Has the 1st down. Tripped up at about the 19-yard line. That's good enough to move the chains. A 5-yard carry for Gil Scott Jackson. Ventura makes their first foray into the red zone tonight. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Flowers, Daggett, and Mallory to the near side. Snelling solo to the left at the top of your screen. Short drop, throw over the middle. Flowers slips a tackle. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Sam Flowers A 19-yard touchdown reception, Town to Flowers. Ventura takes the 6-3 lead. Cooper Garcia on for the extra point. Garcia's perfect on extra points so far this season. So Ventura takes advantage of the short field. They go 45 yards, capping it off with a 19-yard touchdown pass from Town to Flowers. 7-3, Ventura out in front. It's Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Brown and Wojciechowski back deep for Orange Coast. Garcia tees it up, and we're ready to go. Here's the approach and the kick away. It's Daquan Wojciechowski from the 16, I should say from the 11. Out to the 25, and he's tripped up there. Manages to fall forward to the 27. 16-yard return. Orange Coast will take over. Trailing now 7-3. Pete Mitchell has the snap. Fakes to Jackson. Again, it's Mitchell up the middle for good yardage near the first down marker. So it's easy to see how Mitchell has amassed solid yardage running the football. He's upwards of about 30 yards here in the first quarter. He's over 100 yards for the season. Seems to work well with Jackson. This is Jackson breaking a tackle in the backfield, but he's quickly wrapped up, got back to the line of scrimmage, and he did a good job to do that. Taylor and Turnier combining to eventually get the stop on Jackson. They'll give him a yard. 2nd down and 9 for Orange Coast from their own 43. Play action. Mitchell on a designed roll looking deep, but he dumps it short. DeMaisliere has the reception. He's hit and stopped at about the 43-yard line. That's good enough for 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Mitchell, for his part, has come in 22 of 38 in the first 2 games for 321 yards. So he certainly can go downfield, but so far he's been content to work short for the most part. As we talked about, James Rutledge, the primary deep threat. And he's over there locked up with Jalen Watson one-on-one, and so far Watson's winning that battle. Wolf with the reception near the first down marker, and it looks like he's got it. Nice job by Bailey Wolf working against Pacheco in the slot. And he does a great job there of making sure that he runs that pattern a little bit past the first down marker. You don't want to break off that pattern too short, get wrapped up short of the line on 3rd down. So he made sure he had first down yardage, and he did by about a half a yard. They screen it out to Perales. Perales looking for a block. He is popped after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Eric Kroll sliding over from his linebacker spot to finish off Perales. 4-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 6. Orange Coast has it again in Ventura territory. Down to a minute to go in the first quarter. They send Wolf in motion. Mitchell on the keeper, slips out of a tackle, and he has the first down to the Ventura 40. Well, that was sneaky there from Mitchell. He's hit a couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but he does a good job of shedding a tackle there and getting about 3 or 4 more yards to pick up the first down. That's just a good job by Pete Mitchell. 1st and 10 from the Ventura 40. Orange Coast quickly to the line. But now Mitchell will take some time. Plenty of time on the play clock, down to 15. Jackson shuffles to his left. Here's the snap. Blitz coming. Good protection. Looking deep for Wolf, nobody home. Wolf had broken off that route. And Mitchell, a good thing that he overthrew that ball significantly from Wolf, because Fern Romero was in the area but couldn't quite track that one down. 2nd down and 10 from the Ventura 40. I'm not even sure that Rutledge has had a target yet. But you have to be very careful if you're Ventura. Rutledge has a couple of touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. Again, Wolf in motion. Botched handoff. The ball's on the field. Ventura's got a great shot at it, and they've got it. Looked like Pacheco on the recovery. And he's up in the box as Ventura continues to crowd the line. And that time, Jackson just couldn't get a clean handoff from Mitchell. The ball ends up on the turf. First turnover tonight. And that squelches an Orange Coast drive at the Ventura 43. 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Well, Ventura, as many of you Pirate fans are no doubt aware, bedeviled by turnovers last week. They had 6 in the loss to Mount San Antonio College, but the first turnover tonight is Orange Coast. As Ventura doing a pretty good job taking care of the football. The give up the middle. Gil Scott Jackson on the carry. Solid yardage, picks up about 5 yards on what should be the final play of the first quarter. And indeed, that will do it for the first quarter. Through 1, Ventura on top of Orange Coast 7-3. You're watching Ventura College Football on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. First play of the second quarter. Near sideline, Mallory has the reception. That's Constantine's, or I should say that's still Ricky Town. So Town remains at the controls, finds Mallory for his first reception tonight. Quickly into Orange Coast territory at the 44-yard line. Play action, they swing it out. Daggett slips out of one tackle, hit at the 40, falls forward to the 37. Seven yards for Daggett on first down. So a 2nd and 3 coming up for Ventura. Nikese Caldwell checks into the game at wide receiver. Plenty of weapons for Coach Steve Mushagin in this Pirate offense. They screen it out again near the first down marker on the far side. Mallory with the reception, and they haven't moved the chains yet, but this is very, very close. Ball just outside the 34-yard line of Orange Coast, and I believe they're going to call this about 3rd and inches. So Gil Scott Jackson, the lone setback here on 3rd and short. Flowers returns. He had the touchdown reception earlier for Ventura. 4 wide receivers on 3rd and inches. See if Jackson gets the call. No, they're going to throw it. Quick screen, first down yardage. They go right back to Mallory. And you wonder if that's just a good read from Town. Soft coverage on the far side. Mallory easily picks up the first down. Just pitch and catch in the vernacular of my buddy Mike Zapata. 1st and 10 from the Orange Coast 28. Town working quickly. Screens it out to Jackson. Jackson at the 25, through a hole. He's inside the 20. Brought down at the 15-yard line by Dontavius Kelly. But not before he picks up 13 yards and a first down for Ventura. Called it 14. It's at the 14-yard line. Ventura starting to get it cranked up offensively. They scored on their last drive. They're in the red zone again here at the Orange Coast 14. Town with time on the play clock down to 10 seconds. Daggett in motion. Quick pitch to Daggett. Daggett circling to his right. A flag comes in. He's wrapped up after a minimal gain, maybe a yard or two, but let's see if this is coming back. And indeed, this is going to be a penalty against Ventura. So that'll stall the drive momentarily. They'll back it up to the 24, 1st and 20. Coming up for Ventura. Town, fresh off his first touchdown pass of the season on the previous drive. Will bring him to the line. Caldwell, Flowers, and Daggett split out to the right. Straight drop for Town. Has time. Steps up into the end zone. Caldwell there. Touchdown. Had to wait for the call. That was tiptoeing. I don't want to miss this. Let's go directly here. See if we can take a look at the replay. And just on the back line. So hold everything here. Garcia's out there, but they're not putting it on the board just yet. It was very close to the back line. But the initial call was a touchdown, and I have to say, I'm not exactly sure how you change that after the fact. We don't have the replay here, do we, Art? I mean replay here at the VC Sportsplex. That would be impressive. Will Cowan gets a lot done. Okay, hold everything. So they're bringing it back to the 24. And is that now? Let me just ask. I got Art here. I know you're watching here. Art, is that? There's no penalty. They're just changing the call. Okay, so it's an overrule on the call, and I got to tell you, we don't have the ability to go that far back on replay, but I got to tell you, I'm not sure about the call. It was very, very close. It looked like he was right on the line. I could see him being out, but the official was right on top of the play. I don't know how you overrule from what had to be much further away. So that's a bit of a head scratcher, but 6 points off the board, 12:30 remaining here in the first half. And instead of 13-3, it's 2nd and 20. Town will go back to work. They're setting up the screen. The catch is made. No, incomplete. Good thing. Because Lorenzo Malakas, had Golar wrapped up for a loss on the play. So that was going nowhere. Now it's 3rd and 20. And if you're thinking about the field goal, Garcia's long as 41 yards. That's what this would be. But certainly if you're Ventura, you'd hope to pick up some yardage on this play, if not the first down. It's 3rd and a long way to go, 3rd and 20. Town has the snap. 3-man rush. Evades the pressure. Town's going to tuck it and run down to the 15-yard line, and he's finally brought down there, well shy of the first down. But good yardage if you're thinking about a Cooper Garcia field goal. Flags on the play. And this will be interesting to see if Orange Coast, if this is against Ventura, if you're Orange Coast, do you just take the down and go for 4th down, or do you try and back them up some? It's a hold on Ventura. And Kevin Emerson is going to stand by his defense here and take the yardage. So they'll back it to the 34. And Ventura will have another shot on 3rd and 30. At this point, they need to get near my house to get a first down. Chambers the lone setback. Town, good time, over the middle. Catch is made inside the 20. Again, well shy of the first down. Levon Alston on the reception. They'll give him the 18-yard line, and that'll bring on Cooper Garcia for a 35-yard attempt. That's a 16-yard completion, Town to Alston. So Garcia will attempt this one straight away. And it looks like they're going to say this is about a 36-yarder. For Cooper, he's 3 for 4. Garcia, one of the returners, as in returning sophomores, for Ventura College this season. Here come the flags. Flags everywhere, and let's see if this is going to be an easier or a tougher field goal for Cooper Garcia. And what's the verdict? So it's going to go against Orange Coast. So that will cost Orange Coast 5 yards, and now it'll be a 31-yard field goal for Garcia again straight away. Ventura looking to extend on the lead. Here's the snap. Low snap, but the placement's down. Garcia's kick on the way, and it's good. Nice job getting the snap down. Garcia puts it through. And Orange Coast, I should say Ventura, now out to a 10-3 lead here on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Unanswered from Ventura, and they now lead at 10-3 here in the second quarter on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Again, triple header action here, simultaneous triple header on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Check out our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. You can see all the games there. As this one through the back of the end zone. You got Ventura College here taking on Orange Coast. East Los Angeles College at home taking on Antelope Valley College. And a newest member here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, College of the Canyons. And they are at home tonight taking on Fullerton College, the defending state champion. So go ahead, flip around, check them all out. 3 SCFA games for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Wolf again in motion. Orange Coast will start from their 25 here early in the second quarter. Back-to-back scoring drives for Ventura, and they lead at 10-3. Jackson on the screen. Past the 25, tiptoes the near side, a big collision, and Jackson out of bounds. A little jawing afterwards. Fern Romero and Nico Jackson. I'm going to say that Jackson had already stepped out of bounds at about the 31. That's a gain of 6. And a second down and 4. Jackson, very dangerous out of the backfield. Second on Orange Coast in receptions through 2 games. So Mitchell makes good use of him in the passing game. Right back to Jackson, trying to work off his left tackle. Pacheco rides him to the turf. No gain on the play. Nice job by Pacheco. Up in run support from his safety position. It's a gain of a yard and a third down and a long 3 coming up for Orange Coast. And you wonder at what point, as Ventura is really crowding the lines, is Orange Coast going to take a shot down the field? They've taken a couple of shots, but haven't really challenged Ventura too much vertically here early. And Ventura is starting to really crowd the line to try and take away that running game. Come on the blitz again. Quick slant, nearly picked off by Watson. And he had both mitts on it, looking for Rutledge. And Jalen Watson was all over that one. I think if you're Orange Coast, you got to be feeling fortunate that you can bring on the punting unit at the 32-yard line. That was nearly turnover number 2, forced by Ventura here tonight. Instead, the Pirates will get it back. Pacheco waiting at his own 35-yard line from the punt from Bartolage. Good snap to Bartolage again. Low line drive. This one hits the turf outside the 40, but it takes a good bounce for Orange Coast down to the 32-yard line. Very late flag comes in after a 36-yard kick from Bartolage. No return. Going to see what the flag is here. So the officials conference. And it'll go against Ventura, so they'll back him up. The 15-yard penalty, a personal foul. It's about what you would expect when the flag comes from about 30 yards away from the nearest player. So Ventura, after the 15 yards are marked off, will take over at their own 17 as the punt came to rest at the 32. Town and Jackson in the backfield, or is it Constantine? We have not seen him yet. Quick screen. Alston on the reception. And it is Constantine who has come on. His first throw complete, but for a gain of just 2. So second down and 8. First drive for Jake Constantine. At the helm for Ventura here tonight. Orange Coast showing blitz. Here they come. Quick throw complete out to the 25-yard line. Mallory forced out of bounds. He's near the first down marker, and he's got it. Josh Nelson working one-on-one with Mallory, finally able to force him out of bounds. But not before he gets out to the 28-yard line. That'll move the chains for Ventura. So Constantine connects on his first 2 throws. Ventura has the first down. They go to the ground. Good running room. Duckett first down and more. He's out to the 45, at the 50, into Orange Coast territory, all the way down to the 39-yard line. Well, welcome back, Thomas Duckett. Talked about him leading the North through 2 weeks in rushing yards with 177 yards, and he just added to the total big time. A big hole up front. Duckett did the rest. Ventura at the Orange Coast 39, 1st and 10. They'll go back to Duckett. Lowers the shoulder in a gain of about 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up. The first appearance for Constantine, the first appearance tonight for Thomas Duckett. And they have keyed a Ventura drive thus far into Orange Coast territory at the 36, 2nd down and 7. Constantine has the snap. 4-man rush. Good pocket. Constantine continuing to look. Still has time. Wide open. Savion Sims inside the 10. Sheds a tackle. Sims in for the touchdown. Are there flags? There are. On the far side, let's see what the call is. This one might be coming back. I was just set to heap the accolades on the offensive line, and I will, because Constantine had all day to throw before eventually finding Sims all by himself. But might there have been a little help for Ventura to get that extra time? But either way, no, it's an ineligible receiver downfield. That's a tough break for Ventura. Again, the coverage was, or I should say the protection was unbelievable. And Constantine had all day to throw. And what great poise on Constantine's part to stay settled in there, continue to look. He finds Sims, but the penalty on Ventura takes the touchdown off the board. So Constantine back to work. Late blitz coming. Constantine airs it out on the far side. Catch is made inside the 5. Tony Daggett So one big play taken off the board, but Ventura comes right back. Daggett with the reception inside the 5. Duggett off tackle on the right side. Second effort, he's down to the goal line. Boy, what a huge hit. That looked like Solarin, who lowered the boom on Duckett when he looked like he had a good lane to the end zone. It's a 3-yard gain. 2nd down and goal. Ventura at the doorstep. Quick pass on the far side. Touchdown, Ventura. It's Mallory on the reception. And let's take a quick look here at the replay. It's just a back shoulder throw to Kendrick Mallory. And for Mallory, that is touchdown catch number 2 on the season, after he went for double-digit touchdown receptions as a freshman last year. So he's on pace again. That's a nice job. He's working against Nicholas Ebanks there. And we send you back to live action for the extra point. So Ventura has one taken off the board, but this time they won't be denied. They complete the drive, the big play. Constantine finding Daggett inside the 5 eventually. Constantine hooks up with Mallory. 1-yard touchdown pass, and Ventura now leads it 17-3 here on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. Brown and Wojciechowski retreat deep. Orange Coast will try to salvage some kind of momentum here before halftime. 7:13 remaining in the first half. And Ventura's on a roll. 17 unanswered. Well, I asked Coach Steve Mushagian this week how they approached the practice this week after the 6 turnovers in the Week 2 loss. And he said that they certainly focus some on fundamentals, particularly on ball security. Got back to some of the basics there, but didn't want to get himself out of what they want to do overall based on the results of 1 week. Just a little refresher for the guys on the importance and the fundamentals of ball security, and so far, Ventura taking care of the football, and the points are coming. 17-3. Perales with the reception. Out past the 30 to the 33, but hold everything. There's a flag on the play. Expect this one coming from the backfield that it's going to go against Orange Coast, but well, let's see what happens here. It's a personal foul, and it's against Ventura. So that'll teach you something about assumption. 15 yards tacked on. That'll take it all the way out toward midfield to the Orange Coast 48. So quickly, it's Orange Coast on the move. They have it at their own 48, 1st and 10. Mitchell looking to the sidelines. Has receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Looking left. Pump fake. Dumps it short. Perales has the reception for the first down inside the Ventura 40. Down to the 39. 13 yards. Mitchell to Perales. And Orange Coast will continue in the hurry up, at least insofar as getting to the line. Mitchell, meanwhile, looks as though he's going to go under center, and he will. That's the first time tonight that I can remember. Quick screen, trying to set up. Rutledge with the reception. He's going to go in for the touchdown. Whistles everywhere. It looked like a good backwards pass to Bailey Wolf. But let's see what the flag is. Rutledge was wide open. And it's funny, I talked to Mushagian earlier this week, Coach Steve Mushagian, and one of the first things he said was we have to be aware of their tendency to run trick plays and be disciplined offensively and defensively. And right there, it looked to me like Ventura was pretty badly fooled. But all for naught, as the holding call will go against Orange Coast. And that is a brutal break if you're Orange Coast, because that play hardly could have worked any better. Well, you had the sense that something was afoot, didn't you, Art, when Mitchell's under center? That's a different look right there. And they lateral it out, a good backwards pass to Wolf. That, no doubt, was clean. And they executed perfectly from that point on. But the holding call brings it back. So Ventura this time catches a break after they've themselves have had a couple of touchdowns taken off the board. Here they come on the blitz. Pop fly looking for Rutledge. A slight push off from Rutledge. He was out of bounds. He came down with the football, working against Watson, but couldn't get his feet down. So the incompletion makes it 2nd down and 20 from the Ventura 49-yard line. Well, we have seen our share of highlights that have then been erased by penalties in this first half. Some crazy plays, but none of them will show up in the scorebook. 2nd down and 20. Mitchell has 3 wide receivers bunched to the left. Fakes to Jackson, straight ahead. A gain of just a couple to the 47. That's a nice adjustment by Ventura. They've been burned on that play a couple of times here in the first half for good yardage, but that time They did a better job staying at home and held Mitchell to just 2 yards. A 3rd down and 18 now from the Ventura 47-yard line. What a break this would be for Ventura if they could get off the field after it looked like they'd given up 6 points. Free play. This one lobbed down the far side, and the catch is made. Christian Pryor has the reception. And I can't really tell there, but it looked to me like Ventura just didn't really play on that play. I thought it was a free play because it was movement on the Ventura defensive line, but then there was a decided indifference, it would seem, from Ventura defensively. Pryor was really uncovered on that play. As another flag is down. So let's see what the call is. If you're a Ventura fan, you're hoping that Ventura, the defense, saw something there and knew this was not going to be a play. Because for the moment, Pryor had enough for first down yardage, but nobody's moving. So you have to suspect that everybody knows this is not going to be a completed catch. All right, well, so our preliminary thought appears to be right. This is offsides against Ventura. All right. So the completion to Pryor is good. But then there was a personal foul against Orange Coast that will back them back to their 39-yard line. So I don't know what's going on. Is this now 3rd and 10? Okay. Okay, so 1st and 10 from the Ventura 39-yard line. You need a decoder ring to figure out some of these drives so far. Mitchell looking left. Again, lobs, but it's incomplete. Nobody home there. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Four wide receivers as Mitchell looks over the Ventura defense. And again, the ball on the turf. This one's loose. Let's see who's got it. Ventura had it for a moment, but it looks like Orange Coast was able to jump on it. And that is a carbon copy of the fumble earlier in this first half. And the carbon copy continues because the football, once again, belongs to Ventura at their own 45-yard line. They're running the same play there, Art. It's a sweep to Nico Jackson. And it's the second time that it was just a botched transfer from Mitchell to Jackson. The ball's on the turf. And it's hard to say automatically off the top there upon one look at, who's really at fault there or what's going on in that play. But one thing we could say with relative certainty, and that is it looks like a pretty identical play that has undid them on 2 occasions now in the first half. That one kills this drive. And Ventura, with 5:23 remaining in the first half, an opportunity now to extend on a 14-point lead with pretty good field position at their own 45. So 2 turnovers in the first half for Orange Coast. And Ventura back on offense. Constantine at the controls. He led the Pirates to a scoring drive on his first drive. Another good hold on the near side. Duckett has the first down into Orange Coast territory. They're going to mark this one at the 38-yard line. That's a 17-yard run from Thomas Duckett, who has seen very little action in this first half, but is still on the board with upwards of 50 yards on the ground, and that is in just a few carries. He has been dynamite. Gil Scott Jackson, meanwhile, joins him in the backfield. So dual setbacks for Ventura. This is a look you don't see very often for the Pirates. Duckett in motion. Jackson circling to his left. He's got a lane. He's inside the 30, down to the 25, dragged down from behind at about the 22-yard line. They'll spot it at the 21. There are flags on the play, so let's hold everything. It was finally Gerald Wright that was able to bring down Gil Scott-Jackson, but this one's coming back, it looks like. A lot of flags here in this first half on both teams, really. And they've been big, or on some big plays, as we talked about before. So this one's coming back. Nice individual effort from Gil Scott-Jackson. That was terrific patient running from Jackson, who really looked to be in a little trouble initially, but circled toward the sideline, let the play develop, and then eventually found a pretty good lane. But all for naught. So instead, it's 2nd down and 20 from the Orange Coast 48. Receivers left and right. Constantine fans it out to Mallory. He steps out of bounds after a gain of about 7. Down to the 41. Mallory continuing to work on freshman Gerald Wright. And Wright forces him out after 7 yards. 2nd down and 13. Or I should say, well, I lost track of the downs. I think it is 2nd and 13 because I think it was 1st and 20. I said 2nd and 20, but the penalty came on 1st down. So it's 1st and 20, now 2nd and 13 at the Orange Coast 41. Still plenty of time on the clock for Ventura. Duckett straight up the middle, another running lane. Tries to slip out of a tackle at the 35, but he is just tripped up there after a gain of 6. I'll tell you, Duckett slips out of that tackle, and it's 6 points. Down the far side there. That was a touchdown-saving tackle at the 35, and it brings up 3rd down and 7. The Pirates, I should say Ventura, uncharacteristically poor on 3rd down so far over the first 2 weeks. They're at just 21%. And covering this team for a number of years, this is an offense that ordinarily, far from being average, they excel on 3rd down. Constantine fires on the far side, catch is made. There's a 1st down. So Constantine going back to Kendrick Mallory. Mallory starting to pile up the catches here in the first half. He's got about a half a dozen, I'd say, unofficially, including a touchdown. Most of the short variety, but Ventura content to move the chains, as they've just done. They have it at the Orange Coast 27-yard line, 1st down and 10. Fresh set of downs, Duckett in the backfield with Constantine. They go to Duckett. Huge hole. Duckett inside the 20. Spins out of a tackle at the 15, and he's down to the 11-yard line. 16-yard run for Thomas Duckett. I'll tell you, Duckett is the latest in a long line, somewhat smallish backs here at Ventura. That is obviously what they like to have in the lead back. He reminds you of a few other guys, but I got to tell you, Thomas Duckett is electric. He is a fun guy to watch. A local kid, I'm being told. Ventura has it 1st and 10 from the 11. Duckett on the carry, hitting the backfield and wrapped up, a loss of a couple. Back to the 14-yard line. That's a nice adjustment by Orange Coast. Pirates have really been shredding them on the ground here, particularly in this second quarter. And that time they were able to blow that play up for a loss of a couple. So that stalls the momentum just for a moment. 2nd and 12. You see the clock ticking down toward 2 minutes, so still plenty of time. Dual setbacks for Constantine. Man in motion. They screen it out. This is Duckett. Hit at the 10 and stop there. Kelly with the big hit. So Dantavius Kelly with a little help from Sean Snyder. Bringing down Duckett at the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 8. They go with Mallory and Daggett on the near side. Here come the whistles. And a timeout taken. So Orange Coast will take their first timeout here of the first half. 1:30 remaining in the second quarter. 17-3 Ventura on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. 3rd down and 8 from the Orange Coast 10-yard line. Gil Scott Jackson in the backfield with Constantine, 4 wide receivers for Ventura. Constantine from the shotgun has the snap, 4-man rush. Pressure coming, Constantine spins away into the end zone. Touchdown, Ventura! Daggett with the reception. What a job by Constantine. All right, stay with it. We're going to take a look at the replay here very quickly. And you see here, there comes the pressure. But again, just the poise and focus of Jay Constantine. Keeps that play alive, but more than just running for his life. He's able to evade pressure, feel that pressure coming, and then keep his eyes downfield to make something happen. Saw him earlier find Sims wide open on a similar type play, and that was erased by a penalty, but that time nothing bringing back the 10-yard touchdown pass. Constantine to Tony Daggett, and with 1:23 remaining here in the first half, Ventura now leads it 24-3. What do you think of Constantine, Art? Doesn't look too bad. So I'll tell you, it's a long history here at Ventura College since we've been covering the team. Quite a few very, very good quarterbacks have come through, but he looks like another in a long line. Yeah. Well, he's a D1 bounce back, and you know he obviously, it doesn't take long to see that kind of pedigree from him. Wojciechowski takes this one, but falling down, so he'll take the touchback. And Orange Coast with 83 seconds remaining here in the first half. And then it's Constantine's a bounce back, I believe, from Boise State. Meanwhile, for Orange Coast, they have it at their own 25, and a decision for Kevin Emerson. How do you want to proceed here? Trailing 24-3, need to make something happen, but obviously a lot of danger in your own territory. They'll keep it on the ground with Jackson. He runs into a trio of Ventura tacklers after a gain of a couple of yards, and it would appear, with 2 timeouts on the board, well, they're going to stop the clock momentarily here. I don't know if there was a penalty on the play with 1:11 remaining, but it looks like, at least initially, Kevin Emerson might be content just to get to the locker room. Well, a timeout taken on the field. They haven't taken one off the board yet, though, so I'm not exactly sure who called it. Once again, remind everybody, 3 games here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can check them out on our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. They'll all be right there. But we got 3 games in the SCFA for you tonight. College of the Canyons taking on Fullerton. East Los Angeles College taking on Antelope Valley College. And, of course, right here, Ventura in command against Orange Coast as we head toward halftime. At halftime, we'll hopefully have a look at some halftime stats. I'll bring in the trivia question for tonight. You're getting the Stoy Trivia Challenge here on the VC Sports Network. Give you something to think about. 2nd down and 7. Play action. Mitchell looking left, dumps it short, catch is made, pickup of a couple. Demaslier with another short catch and another timeout taken. And this is Ventura is going to take, so it's Ventura that's burned a couple of timeouts here. And I think it's Coach Steve Mushagian now wants to see if he can get a quick 3 and out, and why not? the way Ventura has started to move the football, particularly behind Jay Constantine. They've got Orange Coast reeling somewhat. It's a 3rd down and 3 coming up for Orange Coast, and all of a sudden for Coach Kevin Emerson, who I think was probably pretty content just to get to the locker room, he's got to see if he can come up with a play here on 3rd down and short, move the chains, just to get it done. So far, Orange Coast has probably had the most success with Mitchell running the football. Jackson's had spotty success, and Orange Coast has had their share of difficulties moving the ball through the air, though they did have the huge play, the pass from Bailey Wolf to Rutledge, taken off the board. Looking for Rutledge on the slant. Here come the flags, and Watson definitely grabbed a little jersey there as he was running with Rutledge. I think that's a good call. That's right in front of us here in the booth. And with the off arm, I think Watson there, just a little too much contact. He had pretty good coverage. But the penalty should move the chains and give Orange Coast a 1st down, and then we'll see what Orange Coast wants to do. Still 1-on-1 remaining here in the 1st half. So indeed, the penalty against Jalen Watson brings it to the 42. And that's where Orange Coast will have it, 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs. And again, thinking about a long field goal for Corey Lewis. His longest 37. That's early so far this year, but I think if you're Orange Coast, you're going to need a good 30 yards. Think about a field goal. Instead, it's Mitchell who's going to be sacked back inside the 40, looking downfield. Jesse Lemonaire, the first to get there. And the timeout taken. It's Orange Coast now that will take a timeout with 54 seconds remaining. Both teams now with 1 timeout remaining here in the 1st half. Just a 3-yard loss on the play, so 2nd and 13 coming up. And again, that sack is part pass rush and part great coverage, as Mitchell's looking downfield, but really doesn't have a good target down there against this Ventura secondary. And it's been a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde for Ventura defensively early here in 2017. They were lights out against Santa Barbara, just stifling the Vaquero offense. But then last week, not helped by several turnovers, Mount Sac was able to put 55 on the board, but they're back to week 1, it looks like, here in their home opener against Orange Coast, as Orange Coast has just 3 points on the board here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 13 for Mitchell. Pirates crowding the line. Here they come. Mitchell hit hard from the blind side back at the 31-yard line. He did a good job just to hold on to the football. I'm going to take a look at the replay very quickly. And Ventura, meanwhile, takes a timeout, and you see here, unblocked to the quarterback. So now it's 3rd and 21, and it's Ventura's turn to take a timeout. That's their last timeout. But now with 48 seconds left, Ventura would like to preserve some time and see if maybe they can get one more shot. All right, so 3rd and 21 from the Orange Coast 31-yard line. Back-to-back sacks by Ventura. Mitchell trying to draw him off sides. You can hear the hard count. Good job by Ventura. Here's the snap. They keep it on the ground with Jackson. This is a good call. Jackson straight ahead. I thought Ventura was out of timeouts. But they're still showing one on the scoreboard. Did I lose one there, Art? I think the scoreboard's wrong because Ventura's not calling a timeout here, which would seem like a pretty big no-brainer if they had one left. So Orange Coast going to let the time drain off here if they can. And there's only about a second or two difference here, but Orange Coast will have to run one more play. So on 4th and 18, they may have to bring someone out there to punt, which would, of course, be Bartolage. Christopher Bartolage. 2 seconds remaining, and Orange Coast got to run one more play here on 4th and 18. Yeah, now they've updated it. Yeah. That final minute was kind of fitting of this first half. It's been a little bit crazy. It's been a little bit weird. And why not on the final minute? You saw Ventura trying to preserve time, then Orange Coast trying to preserve time, then back to Ventura trying to preserve time, all in 1 minute's time. The strategy is hurting my brain. So here comes Bartolo. Well, actually, they're going to go ahead and down the football, and boy, that was pretty quick. I'll tell you. I think Mitchell almost went down a little too quickly there. The clock is supposed to stop, I believe, on a change of possession. But he was able to take the final 2 ticks off. And we will head to halftime with Ventura in control. On top of Orange Coast, 24-3. You are watching Ventura College Football here on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. time from the VC Sportsplex here at Ventura College, and Ventura bouncing back in a big way here in Week 3. At the halfway point, they lead at 24-3 over Orange Coast. A quick look at some of the stats. Thomas Duckett leading the way on the ground, 7 carries for 75 yards. He's been outstanding here in the first half after missing much of the first quarter. He came on and really gave the Pirates, Ventura Pirates that is, a big lift in that second quarter, which saw, if memory serves, Ventura put 17 points on the board, taking a 7-3 lead after one quarter and making it 24-3 at the break. Ricky Town, 12 of 15 for 102 yards and a touchdown. And if you thought that Town had the best statistical first half of any of the quarterbacks, amazingly, you'd have to think again as Constantine came on. 8 of 8, 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. So combined between the two, 20 of 23, 180 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ventura with an outstanding effort offensively. Certainly for those that have followed the team for any length of time, that's nothing new, but 37 plays, 291 yards offensively. They have really put on a clinic here in the first 30 minutes, and they've established a pretty good lead. Kendrick Mallory had 7 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown in that first half. Duckett, 4 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. Sam Flowers, 2 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown as well. For Orange Coast, Pete Mitchell led the way on the ground, 23 yards on 9 carries. And, of course, Mitchell, those numbers are somewhat tempered by the fact that the sacks, of course, go off of the rushing yardage, and Ventura was able to put together a couple of sacks in that first half. So, obviously, Mitchell even a little more effective on the ground, but he has really led the way. Jackson, 19 yards on 9 carries. So it's been a good job by Ventura up front, limiting that running game and not allowing Orange Coast to really get anything going on the ground, and that's made it predictably difficult to get something going in the passing game. Mitchell is 14 of 21 for 114 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So he's done a pretty good job hitting 2/3 of his passes in that first half. But Orange Coast having a hard time really sustaining anything offensively, and then, of course, they've turned the ball over a couple of times, given Ventura a couple of short fields, and Ventura has taken full advantage of those opportunities en route to the 21-point lead. A few minutes away from the second half, we'll step aside and rejoin you for the third quarter. Also, keep an eye on the bottom there. Got some scores from around the Northern Conference. You see Bakersfield in action in the second quarter. The start of the second quarter, they are hosting Riverside tonight, and Riverside leading that one 7-0. And then another score from the north there in the third quarter at Palomar, and Cerritos on top of Palomar 20-6. We'll try to keep you updated on those and other scores in the second half here from around the SCFA. And of course, let me remind you once again, there's a couple other games that you can check out live right here on SoCal College Sports. That is East Los Angeles hosting Antelope Valley. They're in the third quarter. And Fullerton, the defending state champions, on the road at College of the Canyons. Both those games available at www.socalcollegesports.com. And, of course, on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. So happy you've joined us for this and any games here tonight on Triple Header Saturday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We'll come back with the third quarter in a bit. I promised you trivia, and I'm going to deliver. Before the start of the third quarter, those who might have watched Week 1 when Ventura took on Santa Barbara City College early in the season, we wanted to start with some famous firsts in NFL history, who were the first to do certain statistical milestones, certain accomplishments. So let's make it a little more modern, a little more current. Stoy's Trivia Challenge here for Week 3. Name the last player to accomplish this. The last player to rush for 2,000 yards in a single season, catch 20 touchdown passes in a single season. Last player to pass for 5,000 yards in a single season. We had to make it 5. Let's face it, 4,000 yards, that's done pretty regularly now. So we'll make it a little bit tougher with who was the last quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards. Name the last defensive player to win the NFL MVP. I'm looking right at you, Art. Name the last player to win the Heisman Trophy and a Super Bowl MVP. Not in the same season, but obviously. So anyway, think about those for a little while. We'll put those up maybe a little bit between the third and the fourth quarter, give you another look at them. And we'll eventually reveal the answers for you. But those are a little shorter-term memory now. Can you name the last guys to accomplish these various feats? We are almost set for football here. We're just moments away from the start of the third quarter. Ventura with a torrid first half, and they lead it 24-3. You think back to last season, and Ventura had firm control of the matchup early on, and Orange Coast was able to put together a bit of a run to get themselves back in the game before Ventura righted the ship in the second half and pulled away for a victory down in Costa Mesa. But that thought certainly has to be on the mind of at least some of the Ventura players that were here last year. But, you know, still 30 minutes of football to go here, and I think if you're Ventura, you need to get off to the quick start here and really turn the screws and try to put this one away before you give Orange Coast a little bit of momentum. Big return on the far side. One man to beat. The Pirates going to start the third quarter with a bang. We'll get the replay ready. Well, we've already seen a punt return for a touchdown. And you see just a good seam there. And the 100-yard return. And we return to live action with Garcia on for the extra point. And he puts it through. Well, no sooner do I make the point that, Ventura, you need to get off to a good start in the third quarter and really continue the momentum. Well, that'll do it. Kick return, touchdown, and Ventura now leads it 31-3 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So Savion Sims with the kick return for a touchdown to start the second half. And taking a look at the stats here on the season, not a lot of answers for Ventura in terms of kick returns, not a lot of consistency. I believe that was Sims' first return of the season, and he made it count. Meanwhile, Orange Coast trying to respond, and that was Wojciechowski on the return out to about the 28-yard line. And that's where somewhat deflated Orange Coast Pirates offense is going to have to start things. Now trailing at 31-3. And you hope to come out and get things going in a positive direction in the second half, but a big special teams play, and Ventura able to extend on the lead. But getting back to Savion Sims, it's been a few different guys in the kick return game. And obviously Ventura, a lot of athletes, so a lot of options in the return game, but I think we might see Savion Sims back there a couple of more times before it's all said and done, if that's what he can deliver. Broken play, and this one a big loss for Orange Coast, back to about the 25-yard line, a loss of 4. And it is a new quarterback for Orange Coast, Nathan West. Not West's first appearance of the season. He comes in 6 of 12 on the season for 28 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He came off the bench last week in the loss to College of the Canyons, and he does so again here at Ventura in week 3. But the first play, not an auspicious start, a 4-yard loss. It looks like West might not have been on the same page. 2nd down and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Jackson picks his way forward back near the original line of scrimmage. Got to about the 30 before he's forced back. A gain of 5 and a 3rd down and 9 coming up. How about Savion Sims? And a great job blocking up front. Really, Sims had to just shed a couple of tackles near midfield. And when he was able to pull away, he was then able to use his speed to pull away. Nobody was going to catch him. Ventura with their 2nd return touchdown of the season already, and we're only in week 3. Blitz coming on 3rd and 9. West rainbows the near side. Incomplete. Flags coming in. He was looking for Brandon Haley, who was wrapped up with Chris Henry. And they're going to catch Henry, and that'll be Henry's 2nd penalty tonight. So he's had a little bit of a struggle there. As you know, Ventura again does a lot of blitzing, at least so far tonight, and that leaves defenders in a situation where they're guarding one-on-one, and that's a tough assignment. And Henry there with a little bit of contact on Haley, and that gives Orange Coast a much-needed 1st down. Certainly the way things are going, not just at the start of the 3rd quarter, but in the 2nd quarter, if you're Orange Coast, you don't want to give the ball right back to the Pirate offense. Like to try and get a little momentum going, a little something positive happening, because right now Ventura's on a roll in every phase of the game. Wolf in motion. Jackson on the ground, hit in the backfield. He lost a yard. Kenny Turnier getting in there pretty quickly, and Jackson finished off by Dwayne Coleman. The 1-yard loss brings up 2nd down and 11. West working quickly, looking left, fires on the near sideline through the hands of a couple of Pirates. Well, I tell you, Watson had his hands on a possible interception in the first half and dropped it, and that time Pacheco had a great opportunity. And then Bryce Barnes as well. In fact, if Pacheco doesn't get both his hands on that, I think Barnes picks it off. So it's tipped away from Barnes either way. 3rd down and 11 quickly, and the Pirates crowding the line. They look like they want to bring the house here on 3rd and long. Here they come. West on a designed roll, under pressure, sacked inside the 35. That looked like Coleman again, getting in there. So the sack takes it back to the 34-yard line. That will bring on Christopher Bartolich and the Orange Coast punting unit. Pacheco waits at the 28-yard line. Of course, I've been talking about the 2 returns for touchdowns. The other one belongs to Alvin Pacheco. Takes this one at the 32, slips out of a couple of tackles. He's still on his feet before he's popped at the 39. A 7-yard return for Pacheco. Good field position for Ventura. 11:58 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Ventura pouring it on against Orange Coast. They lead at 31-3. Well, let's see if it's Town or Constantine. And it is Ricky Town going to come back, work the 3rd quarter. Joined in the backfield by Gil Scott Jackson. Well, Town had a an excellent first half, and I got to tell you, Art, it was a pretty quiet first half. I didn't really notice that he was that efficient. 12 out of 15 completes his first pass here to Mallory, who's forced out of bounds. Gasper Atencio with the stop. Gain of about 5 for Mallory. Sets up second down and 5. That's the 8th catch for Kendrick Mallory tonight. Not for big yardage, 8 for 48 yards. But they're using Mallory as the quintessential possession receiver at 6 yards a catch. Meanwhile, Town on the keeper. Little read option from Town. Fools everybody. Faked to Duckett and then found some running room on the right side. He's into Orange Coast territory. First down Ventura. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line. That's a 19-yard run for Ricky Town. We'll take that, Pete Mitchell. The Ventura quarterbacks can run a little bit too. In fact, you look in the first 2 weeks, and the Ventura quarterbacks have combined for 3 touchdowns rushing, so especially in the red zone, you see some mobility from Town and Constantine. Pump fake and a short throw behind the receiver. No catch. So Town's pass intended for Darian Ballard falls incomplete, and a second down and 10 from the Orange Coast 37-yard line. Duckett in the backfield with Town, 3 wide receivers to the left. Town has the snap. They give straight ahead. Duckett moving the pile. Inside the 35, continues to churn the legs down to the 33. And now we've got some flags coming from everywhere, a little extracurriculars. Someone's helmet's off. So they'll sort out the flags. Dane Nelson lost his helmet momentarily, but he's got it back. He'll head to the sidelines. Well, I don't want the only thing that I say about the offensive line to be talking about Dane Nelson's helmet, because they have been unbelievable tonight. What a job both in the running and passing game, as the Pirates have really dominated the line of scrimmage, and that's told the story. Sometimes it's a simple game, Art. You don't really have to look past who's running the football and who's not running the football. So powwow for the officials here as they sorted out multiple flags on the field. Duckett ran for 4 yards, but we'll see if there's going to be some yardage marked off before it's all said and done. All right, here comes the call. All right, so we've got a disqualification for Orange Coast. John Valdez, defensive lineman from Laguna Beach, and personal fouls on both Ventura and Orange Coast, but I believe I'm hearing now that there was a punch thrown, and so that will get Valdez disqualified from the game. So that's the last play of the night for Jonathan Valdez, and we'll see if the penalty's offset here, and we just continue at a second down and 6. It would be a second down and 6 from the 33 here early in the third. Well, I thought they said 67. Let's correct that to be fair. It looks like 57 is leaving. That's Victor Solarin, the linebacker. So I want to correct that. I believe it's Victor Solarin, the linebacker, not Jonathan Valdez. So I want to be very fair to Jonathan Valdez. He did not throw a punch. So it's Victor Solarin, the personal foul, and he has been ejected from the game. So a second down upcoming after the 4-yard run. And And now, after a fairly lengthy break, Ventura will get back to action here. Town works from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left. Straight drop, under pressure. Town not sacked. He's able to slip away. He's on the run. Throws on the near sideline. Catch is made. Did he get his feet down? What a job by Kendrick Mallory. I don't know why I'd be surprised. Mallory tiptoeing the near sideline. Great job by Town keeping the play alive after it looked like he was wrapped up. Has the presence of mind to get outside and then fire a dart to Mallory, who makes the catch at the 20. 17-yard, check that, a 13-yard gain gives Ventura a first down at the 20-yard line of Orange Coast. Chambers in the backfield. Town looking left. Pass overthrown, incomplete. Kezio Snelling was the intended target, but the pass a little high from Town. And I think Town was a little fired up after the previous play, as that was a pass right there where he just played a little rocket ball, trying to get that ball into Snelling, but overthrew him. And after that last play, he had to be pretty keyed up. They swing this one outside, but it's going nowhere. Daggett with the reception, but he lost yardage. Snyder with the stop for Orange Coast. It's a loss of a yard on the play, and 3rd down and 11 coming up. That's a play there where that play needs to develop a little bit more quickly, I think, for Ventura. Snyder with a good job sniffing out that play, and he was on top of Daggett as soon as that ball got there. Nothing that Tony could do except just hold on to the football. 3rd and 11 from the 21. Daggett in motion. Blitz coming. Town looking left, completes the pass near the first down marker. That appears to be first down yardage. Mallory with another reception. That's 10 on the night for Kendrick Mallory. So he's into double digits, and he moves the chains. 3rd and 11, and they get 11 yards and a foot. Ventura on the move again. They have it just inside the 10-yard line, 1st and 10. Chambers stays in the game in the backfield with Town. Town has the snap. They go to Chambers over his right guard. Pushes the pile for about 3 yards, and a 2nd down and 7 coming up. It's a 2nd and goal from the 7. Town to the line, receivers left and right on 2nd and goal. Has the snap, 4-man rush, straight drop, flags coming in. Town dumps it short at the 5, touchdown Ventura. Let's wait and see on the flag. Looks like it should be holding. It was Daggett with the touchdown reception, but hold everything here. Pretty easy call. The hold will send it back. So the points come off the board, and it'll be 2nd and goal now, back from the 17. Town with 3 wide receivers to the right. On a roll, under pressure, guns it to the 10-yard line and completes it to Mallory. It's actually Snelling on the reception. Picks up about 6. 3rd and goal now from the 11. So now Mallory will return. Solo to the right. Snelling along with Daggett and Flowers. Trips left for Ventura at the top of your screen. 3rd and goal. Town looking for Mallory. Guns it toward the back of the end zone. Just broken up. That'll bring up 4th down and should bring on Cooper Garcia. So Garcia has already hit a field goal earlier tonight. This should be a relative chip shot for Cooper. It's from the 28. I asked Steve Mushagian about Cooper Garcia. And the first words from Steve Mushagian were big improvement. He's really happy to have Cooper Garcia back. Obviously, it brings a lot when it's a kicker that you can count on to take advantage of the opportunities to kick field goals. And Garcia there puts another one through. He's 5 of 6 on the season early on, and he continues to deliver in the kicking game, and obviously that gives a lot of peace of mind to a guy like Steve Mushagian on the sidelines and the way that he's able to call plays, knowing that he's got the sound kicking game led by Cooper Garcia. 34-3, the score, 7:56 remaining here in the third quarter. And it is now 34 unanswered points for Orange Coast. And I should say 34 points for Ventura, unanswered. This has really turned into a spectacular effort by Ventura College in all phases of the game. And just in time, we talked about at the top, and it's worth mentioning again for Ventura fans, a very tough 2-week stretch coming up here for Ventura. They will be on the road next week at Riverside. That's as tough a place to play as you can find in the SCFA. And then they return home, and it doesn't get a whole lot easier when they take on perennial power Saddleback College. So Ventura really needed to take care of business here tonight. And if they can hold on here over the last quarter and a half, they'll move to 2-1. And then you go to work against two perennial powers here in the SCFA. And I think if you're Ventura, you hope for the best. And certainly, obviously, the Pirates are also among the perennial powers. So they're very live in both games. And no doubt there's a feeling on that Ventura sideline that those are games that they absolutely can and should win. It's going to be a challenge. And then they get the conference schedule. West, play fake, completes it to Wolf. Wolf quickly surrounded, no gain on the play. Second down and 10 coming up. Second drive of the game for Nathan West. Brandon Haley, Bailey Wolf. Split out to the left at the bottom of your screen. James Rutledge, who's been very quiet tonight. No catches. Over to the right. West under pressure. Slings it out to the 40-yard line where the pass is incomplete. Looking for Wolf once again. And Wolf has been the target on the lion's share of pass attempts for Orange Coast tonight. The Pirates have really done a good job, Ventura that is, of taking away some of the other weapons for Orange Coast, starting with James Rutledge. Third down and 10 from the 25-yard line. West from the shotgun. Play fake to Jackson. West under pressure. It's going to be brought down near the line of scrimmage. Hold everything. Lemonaire able to get the sack on West. Gerald Taylor took a hit at the end of that play, but nice job by Gerald there holding his cool, and looked like a pretty clean play, just finishing the block and couldn't really hold up at that point. So nice job by Gerald not losing his cool out there, picking up a needless flag. This one kicks off a player. It's picked up by Tim Brown, and he's going to run it in, but hold everything here. It's going to belong to Ventura. They're going to say, I don't know what the call is, because they're going to say if this is off, if it's off of a Ventura player, then it should have been a live football. If it's off of an Orange Coast player, then I don't think they should be spotting it at the 21. I think they should be spotting it where the Orange Coast player touched it, out past the 30. So I'm not sure how you say that's off of an Orange Coast player, but then tack on another 10 or 15 yards. But be that as it may, Ventura will end up with the football, albeit perhaps not where they should have had it. They'll start at their own 21. Here with 6:30 remaining in the third quarter. Here comes Ricky Town. Sends Alston in motion. They swing it out to Alston. Tries to slip out of a tackle at the 20, but he is stood up after a gain of a yard. Second down and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. Caldwell returns along with Flowers. Gil Scott Jackson again back in the backfield. The give to Jackson, huge hole, he's out past the 40, out to midfield. Finally brought down in Orange Coast territory at the 48-yard line, maybe the 47. That is a 31-yard run. Duckett will come in the backfield as Ventura continues to pile up the yardage on the ground. And they're not doing too bad through the air either. This is Alston through a little lane. Flags come in from everywhere. He's brought down at the 41-yard line, and check that. That's Savion Sims on the reception. But let's see if it's coming back. The penalty against Ventura will back it up. Caldwell with the hold, trying to block downfield for Sims. Ventura had 8 penalties in the first half. Orange Coast, for their part, had 7. A little bit cleaner third quarter, not quite, but we did have the couple of penalties on the last drive. Duckett straight ahead to the 46, 3-yard run on 1st and 20. Second down and 17, and even at this point, under 5 minutes to go in the third, you can see the Pirates, Ventura, going into a little more ball control mode. Alston with Flowers on the near side. Town with a straight drop. Wheel route to Jackson. He's got the catch. He's back into Orange Coast territory near the first down, and he appears to have it down to the 34-yard line. 20 yards on the reception. And Gil Scott Jackson has really delivered a nice lift for Ventura College tonight. Duckett is purely electric, and there's no question about that. But I gotta tell you, Art, I think Jackson's got the jets. Unbelievable speed, especially when he gets out into the open field. They'll try Jackson here, dancing around. Now he finds a lane. He's down to the 20-yard line, lowers the shoulder at the 15, taken out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. They'll spot it at the 14. That's a quick 20 yards for Gil Scott Jackson. Ventura back in the red zone, and after a somewhat sluggish start offensively, and by somewhat sluggish I mean they came up empty on their first drive, Ventura has really turned it on offensively, and they've been a machine pretty much since. Thompson in motion. Duckett over his left guard, down to about the 11. 3-yard run, another player lost a helmet. We got flags coming in. Are we going to see some personal fouls here once again? forget to check out our other games here tonight. Going on right now, East Los Angeles College at Antelope Valley, or I should say hosting Antelope Valley, and College of the Canyons. Going to see if they can knock off the defending state champions Fullerton. And last report we got, they were leading. Or no, I believe Fullerton was leading. Well, it's bound to be one out of two. May as well check that score for you right now while we have a minute as they sort out the penalty. We'll give you the score courtesy the SCFA website. As a run straight up the middle, a pickup of a couple on 1st and goal from the 5. They're at the half. Fullerton leading 21-10 over College of the Canyons. And, of course, you can get a live update from that game. Just go ahead and open up another tab. Put up the other game. Fullerton, College of the Canyons. Get your fill of SCFA football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 2nd and goal from the 4. Play action. Pass incomplete. Looking for Sims on the slant. 3rd and goal from the 4. Duckett remains in the game in the backfield with Ricky Town. Pirates working deliberately. Thompson in motion. They go to Duckett. Off left tackle to the goal line, and he's in. Duckett able to sneak in from 4 yards out. And the Pirates put another 6 on the board as Duckett delivers, if memory serves, the first rushing touchdown tonight. It's his 3rd of the young season. He had 75 yards at the half, and he works his way toward 100. The way Ventura College has been able to rip off some big runs here in the 3rd quarter, he might already be there. I can't keep track of all the runs. Garcia's extra point is through. All Ventura College here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 41-3 in the 3rd on the VC Sports Network. Set for kickoff, and let's update you quickly on some stats here. Duckett at 121 yards now with a touchdown here tonight, and indeed he had a couple of, at least one really big run now, if memory serves, in that 3rd quarter. And the Pirates, Ventura College that is, have been outstanding on the ground. Football is loose on the return here on the near side. It's a scrum for it, and let's see who came up with it. Looked like Wojciechowski on the return and did a good job working all the way across the field, but then Ventura able to pop that ball loose. But a good job by Orange Coast getting on it. So Orange Coast, with 2:42 remaining in the 3rd, will take over at their 36-yard line. Nathan West continues to get the call at quarterback. Might have seen the last tonight of Pete Mitchell. Wolf on the end around, trying the corner. He's out to the 40 before he's ridden out of bounds after a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6. Art, are you thinking about the trivia questions? Well, just think of one. Just zero in on one. I just want to, I want to give people the opportunity, to come up with one or two. Just Heisman Trophy and Super Bowl winner. I'll give you a little hint. This one's picked off. Third turnover for the Pirates. One man to beat. Looked like Turnier with the interception. So Turnier, let me see if we can get back there for that one, and I think we can. Yeah, we'll be able to see this one here. So let's take a quick look, and you'll see Turnier from his left defensive end spot, and he just backs off a little bit, steps into that passing lane. That's a great read and great hands for the big man. So Turnier forces the third turnover tonight. That's the first interception. And Ventura now with a very short field at the 23-yard line and an opportunity to add a little bit more. Chambers running right, wrapped up at the 18-yard line. 5-yard run on first down. And much as we saw in the first game of the season, you can expect to see Coach Steve Mushagian an opportunity to go deep into the bench. He's got a very deep offense here, certainly, in 2017. A lot of guys contributing already. Thompson in motion. And it's Chambers who gets the call. Slips out of one tackle and another. Around the corner, he's near the first down marker. See the clock ticking down toward the end of the third quarter, getting down to 1:15 and counting. Third down and very short, about a foot for Ventura, and the success they've had on the ground, you have to like their chances here. They'll spread it out with 4 wide receivers. They go in the pistol formation. Chambers slides over. They run Chambers on the left side. He's got the first down to the 11. So 3 carries for Marcus Chambers, and the Ventura College Pirates move the chains. Time for at least one more play here in the third quarter. Town looking right into the end zone. Perfect pass and a touchdown, Ventura. What a strike from Town. Darian Ballard ends up with the reception. Quick look at the replay here. And you just can't throw it any better than that. Looked like a zone defense there for Orange Coast, and Ballard fades toward the near sideline. And it's just a perfect throw. Extra point is good. Well, so much for the notion of trap games. And Ventura looking at a couple of major matchups here in the next couple of weeks, and there can be little doubt that they came in incredibly focused on business here tonight. Leading this one now 48-3. It was a 7-3 game after one quarter. Brown and Wojciechowski back. Unfortunately for Orange Coast, they've had a busy night tonight. Wojciechowski from the 4. Running left toward the near side, cuts it upfield at the 20, is out past the 25 and taken down at the 26. 22-yard return. And Orange Coast College will start from their own 26, and the issue here no longer in doubt, but obviously, if you're Orange Coast in this situation, you'd like to try and get some momentum maybe going for next week. We've talked about Ventura and the gauntlet that they have coming up the next couple of weeks. For Orange Coast, they'll return home next week and host Santa Monica. And then they have a pretty stern challenge themselves. They will head to Mount San Antonio College to take on the Mounties the week after that. Believe Mitchell has returned. Well, let's see. Jackson gets the call straight ahead, and it's neither Mitchell nor West. And Kevin Emerson going to take advantage of this opportunity to get a look at Aiden Auer, 6'2", sophomore, Judge Memorial High School in Utah. So Auer will take over here, and that will do it for the third quarter. We head to the fourth. Ventura, impressive here on the VC Sports Network over Orange Coast College. They lead at 48-3. Yeah, the whole point of the multiple questions was for you to just settle in on one that you really want to think of. Just pick your 5. I want everyone to have a level of success here. Just pick it, but you're obviously you're centering in on the toughest one. You can tell that tells something about you. What do you expect from a Marine? Of course, he's going to pick the toughest route if he can. Demez-Lier with the reception for first down yardage out to the 43-yard line. Well, we were looking for the last one, but I'm impressed with any guys you can come up with that just qualify for the question, period. You know what's funny? You say Roger Staubach, and that was the answer to who was the first guy to do it. That's very impressive. I have a feeling you would have done better on who was the first, which was our Week 1 series of questions. And Staubach's a good pull. He is not the last guy to do it, but he was the first. Auer going deep, looking for Rutledge behind the defense. Rutledge has got it. He's inside the 10. Plunkett is a correct answer. Plunkett is a correct answer. But he's not the last one to do it. But yes, that's a good answer. Took a little time to find his way, but yeah. Then I'll let you in a little. Give you a little hint for it. It's not a quarterback. Interestingly, the last guy to do it is not a quarterback. The long play to Rutledge puts Orange Coast at the 7-yard line. Back in the red zone for the first time since early in the first quarter. An opportunity here. Auer wants to go back to Rutledge. Flags are down. The pass incomplete. Well, you get to see the big play potential of a guy like James Rutledge. As he got behind the Ventura College defense and broke the big play. Offsides against Ventura, so forget the incompletion. And instead, Orange Coast will take the yardage down to the 3, where it's first and goal. And an opportunity here for Orange Coast to at least put a highlight on the board. Jackson to hours left. Demeslier in motion. Quick pitch to Jackson on the left side. In for the touchdown. Nico Jackson with a 3-yard touchdown run. And Orange Coast breaks the Ventura College run. Put some points on the board. The big play, Auer finding Rutledge. So Lewis on for the extra point. Placement down, and Lewis puts it through. And Orange Coast goes 74 yards. And the score now 48-10. We'll step aside and rejoin you here on the VC Sports Network and SoCalCollegeSports.com. The kick away, taken at the 2. Another big return for Ventura, out toward midfield, still on his feet, and finally taken out of bounds at the Orange Coast 41. Well, that's a return of 56 yards. And Ventura with outstanding field position. Well, call it 54 yards. They'll spot it at the 44. Jake Constantine back in the game at quarterback with 3 wide receivers to the left. Connor MacArthur is checked in for the first time tonight. They keep it on the ground. Big hole again, down to the 30. Spot at the 28. That's the first carry tonight for Raymond Caldera, and he makes the most of it as he rips off a 16-yard run. Ventura continues to find huge chunks of yardage in the running game. Caldera off tackle on the right side. Runs into a wall but manages to churn his legs. He's still moving the pile. How about the effort of Caldera? In amongst all those white jerseys and a couple of black ones too. But still moving that pile forward all the way down to the 23-yard line. That's a 5-yard run. Maybe even 6 yards when Caldera was hit after maybe a pickup of about a yard or 2. So tremendous second effort. 2nd down and 4 from the Orange Coast 22. Constantine keeps it on the ground. Caldera over his right tackle. A gain of about a yard. 3rd down and 3 from the 21. Jordan Hill has checked in the game, split out wide to the left. Thompson sent in motion again. A little hesitation. Now off to Caldera. Tries to cut it back to his left. He's short of the first down marker. A gain of about a yard. 4th down and 2 from the Orange Coast 20. Is this going to be Cooper Garcia, or if you're Steve Mushagian, do you eschew the field goal? No. Here comes Cooper Garcia. He's already hit a couple of field goals tonight. This will be from 37 yards out. Garcia stares this one down. Good snap, placement down, line drive kick from Garcia, and that is wide left. So Garcia hooks it. Ventura comes up empty after the big return, set them up in Orange Coast territory. So with 11:29 remaining, Orange Coast will get it back. Score remains 48-10 Ventura. So 8 an hour. The third quarterback of the night for Orange Coast, but he's been the magic man. Led him to the touchdown on the last drive, and he gets the call here again. Quick pitch outside to Jackson. Jackson at the 25. Tripped up, falls forward to about the 28. That's an 8-yard run. 2nd and a short 2 coming up for Orange Coast. In fact, they'll even give Jackson the 29. Quickly back to the line. Jackson through a good hole. He's got the first down. He's out to the 35. Call it the 36. And Orange Coast able to run the ball a couple of times for a first down. But if you're Ventura, you have to expect that the Pirates willing to let Orange Coast matriculate the ball down the field slowly, if I can borrow from Hank Stram. You got me thinking old school football, Art, so now I got Hank Stram on my mind. Trade-off here for Ventura if they can make Orange Coast take some time off the clock. Bend but don't break. Another handoff straight up the middle. I believe that was Isaac Brown who was checked into the game for Orange Coast. So Isaac Brown gets his first carry. Picks up about 3 yards. I call it a couple to the 38, 2nd down and 8. Hour fans it out, and it's dropped by Demaslier. And it looked there like Rexford Demaslier wanted to run with the football before he secured it. 3rd down and 8 for Orange Coast. Talk about our schedule coming up in on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We'll have 3 more games for you next week. Of course, we'll be back following Ventura College. Wolf with the reception at the 40, slips a couple of tackles. He's got the first down. Another move at midfield. Down to the Ventura 48-yard line. It's a 14-yard pickup and a first down, and a tremendous individual effort by Bailey Wolf. Well, he made 3 Ventura Pirates miss en route to picking up first down yardage. 8 an hour has Orange Coast on the move once again. Is there a quarterback controversy brewing in Costa Mesa? Wolf has this one go through his hands. May have heard the footsteps there. Yeah, that was Alani Burris zeroing in on Wolf. And Wolf unable to make the catch, and it might be a good thing for him that he didn't. 2nd down and 10. Auer has the snap. Quick pitch to Brown. Brown momentarily lost the handle. Now has some running room on the near side. He's inside the 40, down to the 35. That's good enough for 12 yards and an Orange Coast first down. They'll spot it at the 36. Auer has the play. Play action. Auer feeling the pressure, tries to dump it short, but it's underthrown, incomplete. So second down and 10. We're under 9 minutes to go. Good protection for Auer. Now he steps up. Going to tuck it and run. He's down to the 35. Run out of bounds near the 30. Lambert forces him out of bounds. A gain of about 4. Third down and 6 for Orange Coast, and what almost certainly figures to be 4-down territory at the Ventura 32. Pirates showing blitz. Here they come. Delayed handoff. Brown with running room. He's at the 20, inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line before he's finally brought down. Another good hole, and Brown did the rest. 26 yards down to the 6. Orange Coast working quickly. Auer right back to Brown. Cuts it back to the left. Stood up at about the 2-yard line. The ball comes out. Auer finally has to track it down all the way back out at the 26. If so, that is a horrible break for Orange Coast, as Brown was down to about the 2-yard line before that ball squirted out all the way back to the 25, and indeed, that's where they'll spot it. So second down and goal from the 25. And for Orange Coast fans, it's been that kind of a night. They have run into a buzzsaw here in Ventura College, and a couple of bad breaks haven't exactly helped them either. Let's have a timeout. And it's a delay of game on Orange Coast. Is that a shell shock delay of game, Art? Were they by the craziness of that play? So they'll back it up 5. Second and goal from the 30. Well, if you need a big play, keep an eye on James Rutledge at the bottom of your screen. Brandon Haley to the top. Okay, they're going to pick up the flag. I thought that was a little quick. They didn't reset the play clock. So it's back to second and goal from the 25. Auer has the snap, 4-man rush, quick throw, partially tipped at the line, but Rutledge with a sliding catch at the 19. 6-yard gain sets up third and goal now from the 19. Auer with a quick throw. Rutledge with the catch, slides forward to about the 14 where it will be 4th down and goal. They were trying to pick up a block for Rutledge at the line of scrimmage, but a good job by the Ventura College Pirates closing that play down and limiting the lane for Rutledge, who had to settle for a 5-yard gain. And now 4th and goal, and little choice but to go for it here if you're Orange Coast. 4th, and they need the end zone. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Auer looking right. He wanted Demesliere short of the end zone, and it was knocked down incomplete. I'm not sure that Rexford Demesliere was going to be able to get in anyway. But either way, the incompletion gives it back to Ventura, so a long drive for Orange Coast. But they come up empty. And with 5:55 remaining in the ball game, now Ventura will go back to work trying to close it out here. Leading this one 48-10. I did say that I wanted to give you the schedule for next week, and I will here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Of course, for Ventura fans watching, we will have the game at Riverside at 6 o'clock next Saturday night, so join us for that. Quick completion out to the 15. Ahead to the 20, 6-yard gain. Sets up 2nd down and 4. So call it 2nd and 3. Constantine at the controls. Swings it out on the far side. 1st down and more for Ventura past the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. We'll be back at Antelope Valley next Saturday night. Antelope Valley trying to pull off the mild upset at East Los Angeles College, leading in the 4th. College of the Desert at Antelope Valley. We'll have that game for you also at 6 o'clock. And finally, we'll have College of the Canyons. Another tough matchup for the Cougars. Caldera on the carry, out past the 40 to the 43, 6-yard gain on 1st down. College of the Canyons at home again next week, taking on Long Beach City College. Our old friend Brett Peabody and the Vikings heading up to Santa Clarita, take on College of the Canyons, and we will have that game for you as well. Triple header again, simultaneous triple header. All games starting at 6 o'clock. So, hey, Saturday night SCFA football. Head to www.socalcollegesports.com or on YouTube at SoCal College Sports 1. Handoff on the right side, 1st down and more. Another big gain on the ground for Ventura into Orange Coast territory all the way down to the 27-yard line. A new face, Joey Word, out of El Camino Real in Compton. They'll spot it at the 31. Ventura keeping it on the ground, but still managing to move the football, much as they've done all night. Constantine flanked by Word. Dragged down, no gain on the play, might have lost a yard. Duckett went over 100 yards in the 3rd quarter. Gil Scott Jackson, some big runs as well. He was likely approaching 100 yards. Pirates really piled it up on the ground, and that really served to somewhat mask the fact that they had a huge night throwing the football as well. Town and Constantine both very sharp. MacArthur with the reception there, but offsides on the play. So let's see if this is going to be Ventura or Orange Coast. The football right now resting at the 14-yard line. The offsides is against Orange Coast, so no doubt Ventura will take the play. MacArthur managed to get all the way down to the 14. Check that, the 13. Three wide receivers. Split out to the right. They'll keep it on the ground. Football comes out, but they're going to say the ground caused that one. A pickup of about a yard. Evian Irving. It's like one of those baseball games where you see about 7 or 8 pitchers. I feel like we've seen like our 7th or 8th running back of the night for Ventura. Hey, listen, it's pretty old school. How about the last last defensive player to win the NFL MVP? That wasn't too recent. Done a really good job on the Super Bowl MVP and Heisman Trophy winner. 2nd down and 9 from the 12. Straight drop for Constantine. A man in his face. He lofts it into the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nearly a sensational hook up there. No. He was not from Houston, Texas. Oh, no. It's older school than that. This is why I'm giving it to you. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about J.J. Watt. That's a little bit surprising. I think he didn't win NFL MVP. 3rd down and 9 from the Orange Coast 12. Ticking down toward 2 minutes to go. And a timeout taken. Ventura's going to take a timeout. We'll step aside very briefly. Come back for the finish. It's Ventura all over Orange Coast. You're watching Ventura College Pirate Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Third down and 9 for Ventura. From the Orange Coast 12, Constantine with 4 receivers. Orange Coast crowding the line. Here they come. The blitz comes. Constantine sidesteps a little pressure. Still moving back. He's back behind his own 30, running out of room, and now he has to step out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. That's a major loss on the play. And Art, I got to tell you, we have sung the praises of both quarterbacks in terms of their poise tonight, and I think with more than good reason. But I'm a little surprised that Constantine didn't elect to throw the ball away there. Instead, he's outside the tackle box there, and there's nothing going on. And for a guy who's shown a near ridiculous amount of poise on some plays, I'm a little surprised that he elected to simply step out of bounds for a pretty sizable loss. So a 44-yard attempt for Garcia. This would be a new season long. He'll attempt this one from the right hash. So Ventura wants to take a timeout. 1:53 remaining. Let's bring it up here real quick. One more time on any of these questions that you want. And again, I throw a few at you. I shotgun you with questions here. Again, how'd you do on some of these ones? Anybody remember? They're all relatively recent, except for the last 2 are a little bit longer ago. It's a little bit more rare, but I know Mike Cepeda would be killing this one. This is right up his alley. Quite a few guys have actually rushed for 2,000 yards by now. Interestingly. I thought I had that one, but I actually got it wrong. But there's a few guys who've done it. I wouldn't go so far as to call it commonplace, but it's happened a few times. Cooper's ready from the right hash. from 44 yards. Placement down. Kick is up. It's long enough. It's good. Garcia drills it from 44. And with 1:47 remaining, Ventura cracks the 50 barrier. They lead it now 51-10. One last chance for Orange Coast College, likely here on offense. Wojciechowski and Tim Brown back to return the kick. How do you like returning kicks with the name Tim Brown, too? That's a lot of pressure on you right there. I don't think Tim's gotten a handle one tonight, if memory serves, but that's a name to live up to right there. Tell you, if my name's Walter Payton, I'm not really sure I want to be a running back. So Garcia has it teed up. Want to get you a couple more scores before it's all said and done tonight. Wojciechowski again from the 10. He's at the 20, slips out of a tackle there. Out to the 25. Finally brought down at about the 32, so a good return from Daquan Wojciechowski. And Aiden Auer will come back for one more chance at the controls for Orange Coast. Out to the 35, a gain of a couple. New running back for Orange Coast as well. Anthony Johar on in the backfield. They give straight up the middle. Staying on the ground, Orange Coast content just to run it out. Johar on the carry out to the 41, where it will be 3rd down and 2. Time for maybe just a couple of more plays. Try to run this one to the near side. The Pirates stuff that play short of the 1st down marker. Ticking down under 10 seconds to go, and Orange Coast doesn't have to run a play, so that will be a final 51-10. The final score here tonight. Ventura, incredibly impressive, moves to 2-1 on the season. Orange Coast falls to 3-1. Come back and wrap things up very briefly here from Ventura, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the VC Sports Network. Final score tonight, 51-10, Ventura over Orange Coast College. The Ventura College Pirates moved to 2-1 on the season, most impressively, as they win their home opener here. Orange Coast College, meanwhile, drops to 0-3 on the season. Orange Coast will be back in action next week at home against Santa Monica College. Meanwhile, Ventura right back to work. They go back to the road, third time in the first 4 weeks. And this is a tough one. They'll head to Riverside City College to take on the Tigers. We will have that game for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. But check the site. Follow us on Twitter, if you can, at SoCal College SPO. And you will receive updates constantly on our upcoming schedule and other news from the site. Again, 51-10, your final, Ventura, with the victory over Orange Coast. Want to give special thanks to Art Gilbreth on camera. Really appreciate the help. And, of course, as always, my thanks to my broadcast partners and good buddies at the SoCal College Sports site, Matt Henson, Mike Cepeda, all the best for their help getting things going here at 3 different sites today. It's not easy to do. Of course, as always, thanks to Will Cowan, athletic director here at Ventura College, for, of course, making this all possible, and Steve Mushagian and the terrific coaching staff at Ventura College, who always give us a lot of time as well. 51-10, your final. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. I'm Jeff Stoynoff. So long.